Hey everyone, welcome to our June Release Over 20 live giveaway, our industry's most transparent giveaway possible. And without further ado, I'm going to bring on our guests. We got Adam, Carrie, Michael, and we even had Scotty joining us this
Scotty.
month. How you doing, Scotty? Man, we haven't seen you in a minute.
Scotty, are you sitting in your driveway?
I am.
Nice. I recognize the power lines. I don't know why.
A nice evening.
What are you, some kind of stalker?
I've been to his house once. It just looks like the right slope in the tree line.
Okay.
I don't know. I have a weird memory.
I totally forgot that you've been up there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's good to see you.
Scotty, you still taking classes, or what's going on with you?
Yeah, I got about 2 more weeks left of classes. We're doing the commercial photography and portraits. So got about 2 more weeks left of that and be done.
Dude, I've noticed like a step change in your like photos and videos. It's cool. Yeah, man, it's paying off. So, doing a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, sound off. What's going on in your worlds? Carrie, I know you got a house you're working on, right?
Yeah, we're about to finish it up, so I'll have a little bit more free time. Maybe clean my boat good.
And you recently became a charter captain, right?
I did, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Have you had any paid trips yet?
I had a charter last Saturday. I swore 2 things: I'd never go on the weekends, and I wouldn't take any little kids. Well, both happened. He was pretty cool. Logan was his name. 13 years old, and man, he could throw dimes too. He cast sidearm, and he hooked up to the 25-inch redfish, along with he caught a bunch of trout too. So he had a great time. Just him and his dad and his mom came along for the ride. But so
very good. I don't know if I'd consider a 13-year-old a kid though, right? You mean like little kids, probably, right?
Yeah. No, he was a cool dude, really.
Yeah.
I enjoyed taking him out.
That's awesome. Well, good luck to you, man. I hope it's a big success. Thanks. And Adam, what's up to you? What's new in your world?
Not much. Fishing's definitely been challenging for sure. It's been a little disappointed. I don't know. Trying to work on my game a little, but it's been a grind lately.
Have you reached the dreaded plateau of fishing? You need to like break out of it.
Yeah, maybe a little. Well, I went so far as to get a fly rod, so.
Oh well, now you really screwed yourself.
That could be part of it.
Your catch is going to go way down now.
I'm not even talking about that. That's still a work in practice in progress. But the actual just boat spin fishing or bait caster is.
Well,
fished with a couple of the guys on here, and we've caught fish, but just not compared to
the old Ned rig was on fire, wasn't it?
The best fish I've seen this summer were Carrie's.
I was throwing a Ned rig. David, you know how I hate Ned rigs.
Yes, sir.
But dang, it was working. I mean, as far as everybody was throwing something different, and just seemed like the Ned rig was what they wanted.
Yeah.
I did catch a release over 20.5-inch trout.
Nice. Very good.
In Michael's boat.
That's awesome.
That was before he shushed me.
And Michael, you just recently got a new job, right?
Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of digging myself out of the trenches there, but yeah, I'm working with a volunteer management company.
Awesome.
So pretty excited about that and pairing up with them.
How do you feel about giving everyone just a little quick update on what you're working on for us? Do you want to do that now, or like as we get into it? Why don't you do it now?
I mean, I can give a quick highlight. I don't have it up and running to show.
That's okay. Just explain it.
Whenever we want to do
show
that
it in the future, but
okay. Yeah, so I've been working on a mobile app for that I worked on, obviously iOS and Android devices. We're folks will be able to go and be able to like see all your catch log and enter your fish. There, I'm trying to make it pretty snappy and speedy too. So it's like a couple of seconds per entry and get your catches in there. And I'm kind of wrapping, trying to make it as simple as possible too. So our guides and people that do our guide program can also kind of just switch over and turn it on in a guide mode really easy, and the submission is kind of all the same. And so when you for example, if you're in guide mode and you enter in a guest name, every time you pull up a form, that guest name is going to auto-populate. It's going to auto-populate like your state, the date. So a lot of stuff is going to be filled out. I've made it more of like a button push. So you're just going to push a button for species and a button for size, with the image in there, and then submit. So it should really only take a couple seconds. Is hopefully the goal. And then you can also go in and you'll be able to see like your entire catch log history, and you'll be able to make edits and all that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah. So in a nutshell, what Michael's doing is he's got an incredibly intuitive, simple, like clean looking app for us. We're working towards transitioning to being a mobile based, like app based type thing. Much easier. Everyone's got a cell phone. All the data will be at your fingertips. Super easy, like completely eliminating all the friction to entering fish. Really excited about it. We're really grateful to have Michael's involvement on the team, on the board, but his skill set to create a freaking app. It's incredible. So really excited. And the timeline is like roughly end of the year, you think, Michael? So we can roll it out to the public. We're going to start playing with it sooner than that, but
I'm going to have it in the hands of our team and everybody for like the last quarter, so we can bat it around, and I think we should be able to flip it on for everybody first thing next year at the latest.
Yeah.
And that'll just kind of be like the V1, and we'll start rolling like stats and leaderboards and all that kind of stuff into it once we get a little bit of traction on it.
Yep. So we might have a little bit of a hybrid situation for a short amount of time. But yeah, so pretty excited. So thank you for that update. And I'm going to go ahead and add our notes to the screen. We got a bunch of updates. So last month we talked about the banquet, the Grand Strand Saltwater Anglers banquet. So here's an example of their plaques. So top 3 anglers, actually, this is a live release flounder tournament, and their plaques are actually released over 20 plaques, has their mission and vision on it. Really, really cool. And this was a fun thing. It was like well worth it for me to drive like 2.5 hours up there to attend this banquet to award these. So this is the winner, Robert. And second place angler or second place winner wasn't there. But this is the third place angler, Captain Caleb from Merle's Inlet. Really, really good guy. And I want to focus on him for a second for this reason. Shortly after I met him and gave him this award, he was out on a charter with a father and son, and they caught this 29-inch trout in Merle's Inlet, South Carolina, which is freaking giant fish. And when you see the full video, you'll see that right before this picture he pulled out of his release well, took the quick picture and then quickly released it, and it swam away. And I messaged him to say, wow, great fish. And he said, his reply was really cool. He goes, I almost started to cry. He goes, because this was a father and son trip. And he goes, before the trip started, like the father and son kind of said a little prayer and prayed for his son to catch a nice fish. He caught that 29-inch trout.
Jeez.
He said it was just such an amazing experience just to watch the father and son, experience that fish and to see it swim away. It's really, really first class. So that was cool. Just wanted to point that out. So we also had the Coastal Guides Association meeting down at Bones Island, which was really cool. That's our little setup there, Adam, in the booth with our backdrop. Got to meet a bunch of good people. We had a little weather before the event, so the attendance was a little sparse, but it's a brand new organization. Learning curve always, it's going to take a little time for it to grow, but good solid foundation. Had some really good speakers with Captain Mike Abel from local tackle shop Happel's Point. He's been, he was born fishing, been fishing his whole life, and had a lot of really good things to say about conservation. And then, of course, we had Matt Ferguson from DNR, also the same thing. So it was a good experience. Mr. Keith checking in. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for watching. ICAST is coming up next week. We're really excited because we have the opportunity with Z-Man to have this new product called the Thick Trick. You might have seen it on social media. And a portion of every sale is going to go to Release Over 20, which is like a game changer for us. So we hope it's a big success, and I'm quite sure that it will be, because it's a proven winner as far as fish catching goes. Like, I just, the original trout trick is a amazing lure. This is a little shorter, a little fatter, same profile otherwise, and it just simply works. You're going to try the new gimmicky stuff, and then you're going to realize it doesn't catch as many fish. You're going to put it back in your box, and you're going to grab something that works like this. So I'm pretty convinced that in the long run, it's going to be a successful lure, and hopefully it'll help us quite a bit. They're really excited. They're happy to help us. They're like excited about the whole thing. So I'll be down there wearing, my couple hats, my Release Over 20 hat and my Ice Stroke hat, kind of repping Z-Man a little bit. I'm going to try to go around and meet as many of our sponsors, shake their hands, thank them for, being a part of it, seeing what we can come up with. So it should be good. I'll just be there Wednesday afternoon and Thursday morning. So if anyone's watching, it's going to be at ICAST. Reach out to me, and I'd love to meet up. I already arranged to see a few people. Captain Bob was one, and a couple more. So looking forward to that. Wanted to remind everyone about our upcoming tournament with Toadfish. It's open to everyone in the state of South Carolina. They do everything first class. If you've ever been to a Toadfish event, it's like very well catered. Everything's just classy. And the tournament, we expect that to be the same way. So that's going to be coming up quick. I mean, it's already July, so it'll be first week of September. So I'm sure we'll be talking about this a lot more, but I just wanted to keep that in everyone's face. So if you're in South Carolina, to keep that in mind. Okay, so let's talk about the month. We had 790 entries, 503 reds, 236 trout, 11 sheepshead, 6 flounder, 34 striper. And that's a solid month for being, getting into the warm part of the season. We're kind of headed into the summer doldrums, but our entries are remaining really strong. And man, just wait till we get that app. They're gonna leap. I'm quite sure of it, because it is a little bit of a pain in the butt to enter fish, especially if you're like a charter captain and you need to enter, 20 something fish at a time. It's a bit of a hassle. We know it, but we're trying to make it better. Okay, so overall national leader was Robert Montana. Yet again, he's been kicking butt this year. Todd Trowns with 30 was in second place. Brian Ford here in South Carolina, 27. Hunter Floyd was in 10th place with 11 fish. So it took 11 fish to make the top 10. There's Keith, number 8 in the nation. Really good job. Our own Evan Wheeler was in number 6 place. On the trout side, there's Keith, number 1 in the nation. Good job, Keith. 14 fish entered. We got Evan there. We got Sandy Stark, friend of mine. Took 3 fish to make the top 10 for trout this month. On redfish, we got Robert with 50 entered in June. Brian's been killing it with redfish entries at 26. A lot of South Carolinians here. We got Ron Lundvay. He was our influencer of the year last year. Jarrell was there in number 8, and my friend Don Myers was in 10th place with 5 fish. Okay, flounder it's really cool to have 10 entries for flounder. That's very unusual for us. Even though the numbers are low, we got a lot of other people entering fish, which is good, even if it's one. I mean, a 20-inch flounder is kind of a high bar. I think that's one of the reasons we don't have so many entries for flounder. But Connor Wathen had 3. My buddy Ian Pelto had 1. We had Nick Stanton, Chandler Fritz, and Willis, Daniel Timmons, Connor Keller, all with 1 fish entered. So thanks, guys. Good job. Striper, loving to see the striper. Todd Trowns with 30. He's our sponsor, right, Adam?
Yeah, Hooked Fishing. He's up in Rhode Island, actually.
Yeah, I love that. That's amazing. Like, it's so cool to see the Northeast jump on board. And I think with time, that's going to spread out. He's going to start planting some seeds up there. Dan Ferimsky had 3. Brian Ford. So Justin McGrady's a captain up in Columbia, South Carolina. He had 1 entered. He's kind of sandbagging. He could be entering probably 75 fish a month. Just got to ride his butt to get some more entered. I think if he wins a prize, he might change his attitude. And then we had 2 entries for sheep's head. We had James with 2 and Jarrell with 1. All right, on the guide leaderboard, we have Jimmy Skinner knocking it out of the park, 130. Got a little Keith chiming in, best flounder fishing in Virginia, had in 20 years. That's amazing. That's great. I love to hear that. Anything positive on the conservation side is a great thing. Keith replied to something I posted today, by the way, about the Chesapeake Bay having like 2 or 3 really good year classes of menhaden in the Chesapeake Bay, which is really encouraging because obviously they're like a key food group for like most of the game fish. So there's talk about doing what we can to sort of preserve those year classes of menhaden. Hopefully that can happen. So again, we have top 3 guides. We're all from South Carolina. We have Palm State and Captain Crumbs, Parker Inkelar and Jerry Cadenzo. Josh Dutton from North Carolina had 28. It's really good. Chris Osman, South Carolina. Then we have Florida. We have Scotty there in 7th place with 19. Good job, Scotty.
Thank you.
Captain Tanya on the board with 9. And then Addison Grantham from North Carolina with 3. Really, the guide program continues to grow. Love to see it. I think it's just going to keep on growing. And it's big thanks to Scotty, really, for spurring that on. Here's how our businesses and organizations looked. So this is a release over 20. This is our board of directors and state reps. Had 24. So we led the country in organizations, followed by Salt Strong Charleston. which I love to see that. So these Salt Strong chapters have really like embraced it, and they've sort of challenged each other to see which chapter can be leading, which is pretty cool. So we got St. Pete on their Space Coast, Treasure Coast in Florida. We also had Port City kayak anglers start entering fish. So this program's slowly starting to take root. I hope that it's over time this becomes like a big deal.
Yeah, that'll also be easier in the app as well, because it'll just automatically put your credits in. You don't have to do anything separate for it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Hey, Dawson's chiming in. Great data. 20-inch smallmouth is 20 years old. Wow. That's right. Fresh water too, buddy. Good luck. I hope you catch him, Dawson. Okay, so we want to give an update. We have this sort of race for the top angler in each state. We're going to sort of recognize them at the end of the year. And we did that, if you recall, we did that at the end of first quarter. So now it's the end of second quarter. I want to give you a little status update. So Texas is being led by Don Satterwhite, Louisiana by Sage Copeland, Mississippi by our own Don Bellius, State Rep Don. Alabama, Tanner Martinier. Georgia, Matthew Lee. Florida is Danny Nowak. South Carolina is Brian Ford. North Carolina is Ben Willis. Virginia is Robert Montana. I don't think that's even close. So if you're in second, third place, or even below that, you still got time to catch up. It's only halfway through the year. You know, the fall fishing, you can rack up some numbers. So this is just for fun, but we want to recognize people that are entering a lot of fish. So congrats to those of you on the leaderboard so far. So let's go ahead and hit up our giveaway. Kerry, you want to take it away?
This is the captain's giveaway. It's a Carolina First Mate Incognito Mosquito Spray, Pure Flats Soft Plastic, Marilure 84 MR, Slap a Fish Decal, Z Mandard or Z Purple Death, Topwater Company Small Clips, Drum Spots High-Low Tide T-shirt, Military Heather, and Drum Spots playing cards. And of course, then for the captain, there is a Release Over 20 hook shirt.
Yes, sir. And hold on a second. We have in the captain's. Hold on a second. I do this a lot. It's not to give away everyone's personal information here. We have 247 entries. Okay. 247. Be 3 rolls. That's first roll is 3. Second roll 36, and the winner is 246, which is Tyson Crouch fishing with Evan Wheeler, Tall Pine Sight Lines from Florida. So that's good. Congrats to Tyson. It's Evan. Evan will be stoked to get a T-shirt or a sun shirt. And I'm just going to go ahead and load up the next one so I'm ready for it. I think we have 524 entries for the next one. 524. Okay. So the next giveaway is A.
Giveaway A. And David, if Arctic ice is there at when you go to Florida, you might just thank him, because this has been 2 years now that we've been giving these away. So anyway, it's an Arctic Ice medium purple ice pack, Pure Flats soft plastic, Coastal Swim Baits, Drum Spots Hat, Epoch Battery Drawstring Bag, Eye Strike Release Over 20, 3/16 3-pack, and a Hook Release Over 20 shirt.
All right. Good package. And let's roll. First roll 517, 237. The winner is 492, which is Waylon Hughes from South Carolina with a 23-inch trout. Really good trout. Congrats to Waylon. Hope you enjoy your package. And go to giveaway B.
Giveaway B is a hook cap, AM Fishing plastic baits, Drum Spots medium alphanumeric t-shirt, and a light blue heather, Epoch batteries, mouse pad, Sticks HD sticker, Z-Man Minnow, Z, fried bologna, Release Over 20 hook shirt.
Nice.
It's bologna in Missouri.
You're full of baloney.
Only in Missouri.
Yep, Missouri.
Okay, first roll 77, 370, and the winner is 318. 318. Irvin Ray from New Jersey with a 2020 striper. That's awesome.
Nice.
Love that. That's really cool. All right. And our last giveaway. Let's see.
Giveaway C is a Pure Flats package of baits, Pure Flats decal, Q8 artificial baits, Mirror Lure 36 MR, Drum Spots gray beanie, Drum Spots playing cards, Marshwear koozie, Mercer Sports Millennia cut resistant glove, and a Release Over 20 hook shirt.
Nice.
Same shirt.
All right, let's do it. Last one. 73, 449, and the winner is 413. High numbers this time. 413 is Corey Denny from South Carolina, the 32.25-inch red drum.
It's a nice fish.
That is a nice fish. So very good. We will reach out to the winners, let them know that they won, get their address, send the packages out. We are close to $20,000 in giveaway packages since we started this program. Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
And we have, I think I looked on our inventory, we have it's close to 20,000 in inventory. So we're set for the near, more than the near future, but we've got a lot of stuff yet to give away, which is pretty cool. I hope everyone enjoys these packages. You know, it's not like enough to be competitive, but it's obviously stuff that people can use, right? Lures and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a nice way to reward people for doing the right thing. Before we go, I wanted to just give a preview about recording that I did with Matt Perkinson from South Carolina DNR. It's pertaining to redfish in South Carolina. And it basically has to do with we've had a real big decline in our fishery over the years, and it's funny because a lot of our population is sort of new to South Carolina, and if you just started fishing here, it's the best it's ever been. But if you've seen it when it's really good, you know that it's a shadow of what it once was. And just to give you an example, I fished here 20 years, and like back in 2010 timeframe, it was very common to see, like in the wintertime, to see giant schools of reds coming down the river, nervous water coming down the river. Pretty much go to any flat and find over 100 fish there swimming around. Just go out on any given day and just catch, probably double digits of redfish. That's like what a healthy redfish fishery looks like. And what we did in this video, it's going to drop probably in the next couple of days, is we laid out all the data. So you get, whenever like a DNR puts out information, you see the comments online that are just make you shake your head. And it's because I think people just don't understand. Well, first of all, everyone thinks everything's a conspiracy theory these days, but what we tried to do, I'm sure we're going to take crap because that's human nature these days, but we laid out all the charts and the data and talked about how is it acquired, how it's been consistent, how it's statistically significant, this and that and the other thing. And then we try to talk about, okay, what can we do about it? And there's some things that are like scientifically proven to work. There's some things that just make sense. It's like obvious. However, you can't scientifically prove it. So we're going to talk about some things that we can do if just perfectly in line with Release Over 20's concept. If you want to do the right thing for the fishery, this is the thing you should do, even though the law says you can do more. We're saying self-regulate during certain times, and it's the right thing to do. We'll talk about that more in the future. I just want to give a little preview about it. And a couple comments. So Tim's, I don't know you, Tim, I don't think, but yeah, you've probably been fishing here long enough to know what things were like. It's a complicating factor. Again, here in South Carolina is we had one strong year class in 2022. And that made our fishery the last couple of years seem like everything's great. However, the year classes leading up to 2022 and also after that have been below average by a lot, which means that those upper slot fish that we were catching are now currently you're going to see a lot of 27 inchers right today in our fishery. They're soon going to be over 30, and then they start leaving our estuaries, and we're going to be left with what the subsequent year classes are. It's going to be less fish, especially the ones in the upper slot. Just to preview what's to come, but what we're trying to do is protect the spawn. Really important. Something that we can do to try to help things in the future. I had Keith chime in here. Chesapeake Bay is loaded with reds. Really, the pools are becoming too numerous. So that's wonderful. I love hearing that about the Chesapeake. And it's the interesting thing too is you talk about different parts of the country. Like I've asked biologists in Texas, and they say our redfish are not. There's no problem with our redfish. We have an abundance of redfish. We want that here. We need that here. This is really important. Hey Charlie, first time entering. So close. Awesome. Charlie, keep entering your fish and you'll win. It's like the more you enter, the better chances of winning. We've had many people here win multiple times. So but regardless, appreciate you doing the right thing, and thanks for chiming in. I appreciate that. All right. Any last words, guys, from the peanut gallery?
Nope, not for me.
No, all good. Scotty, you good?
I'm good. Almost asleep.
Wake up, Scotty. These full-time charter cabins, they're always crashing out.
Scotty,
I
just replay the stream again. You'll be out.
All right, y'all. We'll see you
Early mornings.
end of next month. And thanks for everyone for participating. And we'll catch y'all next time.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Jeff.
Yep.